Hey, everybody, I'm Bethany, and I'm a casting producer for Unscripted TV.
Hey, I'm Danny, and I'm also a casting producer for Unscripted TV.
And we are excited to bring you our new podcast, Casting Stories Untold.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Um, oh my gosh. So I am in my lovely friend Rain's apartment from Texas.
Love it. I see the Texas Star.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Honor to be proud.
Yeah, we have like, I don't know, is it rolling blackouts or scheduled blackouts?
Well, for me, it seems for me they're rolling, and for you they're scheduled. I mean, it was so stressful when we thought the electricity was out earlier. It was crazy, and then it happened again. And I didn't get any notification. Ask Yosh, we didn't get any sort of it's scheduled at this time. We just got a lot of next door and ring notifications of oh my God, no
See, I
electricity.
had a lot of, I had texts, emails, our landlord emailed us telling us, and then I had a flyer on my doorknob telling me, then I had a taped piece of paper on the building. So I'm telling like every which way you could ever try to let me know something.
Right. And we had nothing. I mean, granted, we're not in an apartment, but not a thing in the mailbox, not like a DWP email or call or notification, just blackness, no AC, no internet, no, it's very no light.
I mean, and thank God it's during the day. Blackouts, especially at night, are one of the most like dangerous times to, I don't know, live in your apartment.
Yeah.
And next to me, did I ever tell you this? So my apartment, it's like door and door. So the door that was right next to me during a blackout moment, this guy, he woke up in his bed to someone in his room robbing him.
That is so terrifying. And for you
Mm-hmm.
too. I mean, it happened right next door.
Literally, I mean, granted, I had Cooper at that time. I had my German Shepherd, so I just felt very a-okay. But but
That's so
now,
scary.
so we had a blackout like 2 months ago, random one, not scheduled, and
Yeah.
and but after that, I got very scared, and so I bought on Amazon mace and pepper spray because
Oh,
well, I was thinking if someone came in here, what am I gonna do? And the only thing I have is a knife, and I'm just not trying to stab someone.
so messy. No, I wouldn't want to do that either. I have a hammer in my night in my drawer in the nightstand, but I mean, I also have Yosh, obviously, but I mean, he snores and sleeps so hard. He's not way, but but I also have mace, bear spray, but I feel like those are so hard to get out at the time that you
I
probably need them.
know.
He got it for me for walks with the dog and hiking
Mm,
and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know what if there was an intruder. Yeah, I'd be kind of at a loss.
I should
Like,
probably do a test, try it, because I've never,
hmm
and my ass would fumble it and it would
Two
drop
different
and
things.
yeah, put it on
Yep.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully we'll never have to have that moment, but
right. But it
um,
is interesting the things we think about with a dog. We both obviously have lost dogs in the last year, but
mhm.
with a dog and then without one because yeah, it's stuff we never thought about before. We'd always know we'd be alerted to something or
Yeah,
be
because
activated.
I'm like Yosh, I'm a heavy sleeper. I've slept through hotel fire alarms before.
Danny, that's terrifying.
I know.
Yeah.
Like my family was like violently shaking me to for me to wake up. And this was like when I was a kid. It's not even like I'm like drunk and no, just regular regular old
Are,
heavy sleeper.
are you a heavier sleeper now or
Actually,
you were
no.
when you were little? Okay.
A
Yeah.
little bit
I'm a
lighter.
little lighter now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm such a light sleeper now. I think it was literally childbirth made me a light sleeper. Because anytime I'm there's no reason like, Jade, is she okay? I'm you know what I mean? Being a mom, I'm just such a light sleeper now. I heard someone liken it to once you become a parent to you sleep like you're in a tent on the side of a mountain. Like how those things where people sleep when they're climbing a mountain. It's like you're hanging over the side, so you never really
Oh,
fall all the
yes.
way asleep because you could
Hmm.
just turn and be
You have to be
thrashed against
alert.
something.
Yeah. Wow, I
Yeah,
never
so
thought about that.
you're never really asleep.
I feel like that you're like that because my sister's like that now for kids and newborns, but then it probably, I guess it just stays with you.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and if
Wow.
she's not home, she's home for college right now for summer, but like if she's not home, I'm like any noise, I'm like, oh, is that her coming in?
Oh
Kind of,
my
and I
God.
might be a little crazy, but
You don't do a sound machine.
yeah, I have a sound machine. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So even through the sound.
Even through the sound machine.
Hmm. Very light then. Very light sleeper.
Very nice.
Oh my God.
Shall we let in
Yeah,
our guest?
let's talk about our guest.
Let's talk about Cara Maria, who is one of the most celebrated and legendary challenge players and winners. I think she's on 14 seasons. But yeah, she was like one of the first females to ever win, and she is just an amazing, amazing competitor. And let's meet her, Cara Maria.
Here she comes.
Hi,
Hi.
how
Hello.
are you?
I'm always bad at Zoom. Am I doing
I
it
know.
right?
You are. You're vertical, so if you can be horizontal, that would be like ideal, but
All
whatever
right.
you do, girl.
Uno momento.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I was just telling Danny that I'm like half straight, half curly all the time. But I thought sometimes you're curly, so I was like, I'll be curly for Kara. And then
Girl,
you're
I'm never straight.
I
Take that as you will.
love that.
It's the first time I haven't worn black in so long. Look at this Pulp Fiction jacket. I
Ooh,
have Freddie Mercury too.
where did you get that from?
London.
Mm,
I
mm.
wish I bought more. I really did. I got Freddie Mercury, Pulp Fiction, and like some what do you call it? Some like horror villains with like their mugshots.
Oh, like real ones?
yeah, I was gonna say like from like movies or from what do you mean horror villains?
Like horror villains. Like it's
Like
Freddy,
Jason and
yeah, Freddy
yeah.
Krueger, like it, and they got like their mug shots. So it's a really cool jacket. I'm gonna try this so that like the sound quality is better. So let's see if this works.
I know. We have these mics. I don't even know how good or like official they are, but
Does mine work? I like your fuzzy microphone. Maybe we should get some of those. That's a cute little, it looks like a little pet.
It is. It's my
yeah,
little. Tell me if does the sound better or nay?
I
I
think
don't
it sounds
think it's
the same.
changed. Yeah,
But how
Hasn't
about
changed.
this?
but it
Does
still sounds good.
Oh, turn it on? I did turn it on.
Oh, I think now it
Is it
sounds
working?
different.
Does it sound better or worse?
I think it's better. I can hear, yeah,
Yeah.
it's more audible.
Oy.
Oi, oi. Where are you? You look okay, so you look good. I have so many questions. Well, first of all, your whole look is amazing because you're an artist yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that, did you do the jewelry like your ear, the feathers and the cuteness?
I actually have a let me put this up here so
Yeah.
I can like have it be a part of yeah.
Ooh.
I actually have a collaboration with a girl who has like a little Etsy shop. She's like a little independent seller and I was like she always I have her design my feathers because I mean I use the shit out of them. So I work with her and so now I've got like the Cara Maria collection on her Etsy. Finch Finery is what her name is.
Are
I got
they
it linked on my Instagram.
are they in your hair?
They're clips.
Oh.
Yeah, they have like all kinds. They have like rainbow. They've got every color, and you just like there's clips, there's earrings, and I just like play with them every time I do my hair. I'm like, how are they gonna work today? So that's it.
It really works for you, but I feel like you could make that go very wrong very easily. And it just looked like a feathery mess.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I live in my Lost Boy era, like forever.
Oh, I see that. By the way, I'm Danny. Nice to like officially meet you here. I don't think we've ever talked, but I know you guys have talked.
We have, yeah. I met Kara when we were talking, we were in the talks for Goat. And like other stuff, I just feel like I've kind of known you around. So it's good to see you. It's
Yeah,
good to see
good to see
you.
you too. I really want. I'm ready. I'm ready to like do more stuff. If anything needs like a fiery redhead that can is great with puns, you just give me a call.
Oh,
And also
wow.
like hosting too. I'd really like to transition to hosting. I'm sick of like fearing for my life. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like I've done it for a long time. I'm getting old.
you have, so let's talk about that. So let's, I mean, I know people know who you are, but let's really quick do a quick recap. I mean, the challenge, what is it, 14 seasons? Like, please tell people who you are and what you've done.
I think it's 16 seasons of the challenge, plus All Stars, plus Champs versus Pros, plus Fear Factor, plus Game of Clones, plus what else have I done? A lot of things that I can't, a tattoo show. I've done like a lot of things. There's a lot of things. I'm out there.
Wow. When did you do Fear Factor?
I don't know. You'd have to Google it. It all kind of like it
Yeah,
all blends in together, I swear.
And
I'm
what
sure.
was your like start into this whole arena?
It was Fresh Meat too in 2010, I believe, 2009, 2010.
Okay, so 15 years, and that was a challenge, right? That was like a
Yeah,
season
I
challenge.
went straight to the challenge. Right now, like if you were on, my 600-pound life as like an extra, you could be on the challenge. Like there's really, it's just like you just have to be on some random ass TV show and you could be on the challenge. But back when I got on, you had to be on Real World or Road Rules or direct to challenge. So my first season was the challenge, which is it's a badge of honor now, but back in the day they used to treat us like crap, like we didn't belong. Um, but now I can be like, I was born on the challenge. I don't know where you came from, but I'm the challenge. This is home.
That's right.
Did you apply or were you recruited?
Oh, this story. So I've told it like about 100 times, but let me give you the quick rundown. Most people already know this, but I was in college. My friends were watching The Real World, and I wanted to tell them something that happened that day. And I was like, guys, like this happened. It was like a really funny story, and they were like, wait for a commercial, wait for a commercial. And I was like, you don't even know these people. Who cares what the heck's going on in their random lives? Like, who are these random people? Like, who cares? And then so I ended up going back home and I was like, it'd be really funny if I made them watch me on TV. So I went to MTV.com, which I don't know if you can do, I don't know how the heck people get cast anymore. Like people ask how you be on the challenge. I'm like, I don't know, you get it on a random show first. But I went to MTV.com and it said real world casting and then it said real world casting is closed, like we're not accepting any more submissions. But I was like, fuck it, and I like clicked it anyways and sent in some pictures and I'm like, I'm an only child, I ride horses, I drive a stick shift, I'm opinionated, I'll tell you what's up, whatever, and like sent it in. And then I was literally riding my horse and they called me and said, hey, can you come in, we're not the real world casting's closed, but we saw your submission. Do you want to cast for the Bad Girls Club? And I was like, no, but I do want you guys to. I didn't tell them no. I was like, I'm a straight A student, only child, like never been in trouble in my life, like super good girl, not a bad girl in the least. I get eaten alive. But I had this feeling, I'm like, I should just go anyways because if they meet me and they like me, they might want to use me for something else. And, you know, throw the
Happens all the
snowball
time.
down the mountain. I eventually got on the challenge. So.
Wow. Like, why did you look like a bad girl?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm
You had
not
the
bad. I'm
fiery
just
red
drawn
hair.
that way.
So what was, because that was kind of your persona on the challenge, right? Like, I mean, you were very like you said, opinionated, kind of like,
I mean, I'm just somebody that just I unfortunately, to a good degree and a bad degree, but from my mother, I have no filter. I'm really bad at being fake. Even if if you want to know what I'm thinking, look at my face. Like it's written all over. I don't try to hide. I'm extremely real. And that's just how I am. So on the challenge, that's how I was, and it did, rub some people the wrong way. I was also not used to being in groups of people or being around people because I never did sports or team activities. I'm an only child. So it's like this was just like a whole new world to me. And it was not just the challenges that were so out of my comfort zone, something I've never done in my life. I'm like arts and crafts and patting horses. Like I don't do this crazy stuff. And I was just so out of my element and I was also extremely sensitive and also only child, everything's about me. So even when I got voted in, it was about my partner, but no, it was about me. It's all about me. And so I took things really personally. So I had kind of this like angry edge to me, but like really super sensitive inside. And I on my first season, I was the first one gone. And I was like, well, that's it. I'll never be on a show again. Like I had my little swan song, like cool. I tried it. Guess it's not for me. Going back to bartending on Hollywood Boulevard. And it was to the point that people didn't even know I even left to film. They were like, did you even go? Did you even leave yet? I was like, yeah, I was the first one gone. Just it is what it is. And they took a chance on me. They must have seen something in me, maybe in that blow up that I had on my first night, like when I got voted in, or whatever. But they must have seen something in me and they wanted to give me another chance. And thank God they did, because, when they called me to come back for another season, I was like, really? I'm like, you want me back? Like, really? And they did. And then the rest is history. I crawled from the bottom to the top. I went from like underdog, loser, weirdo to top dog, winner, weirdo, you know?
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Are you the
But I
only
think that
girl to win a solo challenge? Is that correct?
I believe so until All Stars 4. And then they did another one winner thing, and Laurel got a lot of popularity votes that allowed her to skip a lot of checkpoints that helped her win. So I came in.
there's
I
a story there,
technically
girl.
technically came in second on that one, but I think if there was no popularity votes and it was an all-out, war, that would have been mine, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
Mm.
Let's hear that quick story. If there, I mean, I know there is one. I hear it in your voice.
What, an All Stars 4?
Well, yeah, just like the kind of, is that like a rivalry or kind of like a thing there that maybe you weren't treated as fairly as she was or something?
No, that's just we have a long history or a long rivalry throughout the shows, and on All Stars 4, like everybody who knows the challenge or who's watching this already knows this. But All Stars 4, when it came to the final, I had gone through, multiple eliminations. I got totally ganged up on, put against the strongest people to take out in eliminations. I clawed my way to that final, and it was an individual final, and there was 8 people in it to start, and as people left they were able to give their star to another player. And so the losers, basically all the people that kept losing, were friends with Laurel, so they gave all their stars to Laurel, and I was friends with winners who didn't get eliminated, so they weren't able to give me anything, not like they would have anyways, but and they just kind of piled on Laurel, and I was thinking, it's not going to be a big deal for day. It was supposed to be an advantage for day 2. And I'm like, what are they going to do? Give her like a minute head start, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, no problem. Right. What it ended up being is you could just skip any checkpoint you want, whether it's a puzzle, which we know how long those can take, or anything that you think is going to take the longest or be the hardest. You just skip, skip, skip. And she had multiple skips. So it was a lot to try to overcome that. And I was extremely close, but it was just, there was too many advantages for me to overcome. And that's just the game. That's the way it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
that would have
You
been
know,
real great to get that. Oh, so close to that win. That was brutal. But now they're, sometimes they throw a popularity thing in the mix. And like I said, that's part of the game. And I fight harder, not smarter.
yeah, as you should. Do you think it's really hard to be, because I think that's been your trademark too, of being like really vulnerable, like emotionally vulnerable. Has that been really hard to do, especially in these competition shows where you're pitted against each other?
Being
Like,
Yeah, because I'm like a wicked sensitive little Sally. And so I build my brick wall 10 miles high around me. And I'm very slow to let people in because I've been burned by everybody who I've let close, by everybody that I've loved. I've been hurt. And just as a normal thing for many people. Many people get
yeah.
hurt, you know what I mean? And it's just par for the course. But in the challenge world, I really got to keep people at an arm's length away, because at the end of the day, you're going through something that no one ever is going to ever experience. Even season by season, people experience things that they'll never experience. Even the people that make it to the final are experiencing things that the people that were on that season are never going to experience unless they made it. So there's so many layers to it, but um, you know, everybody's out on to get for themselves. Everybody's out for themselves. So if it means stabbing you in the back or whatever it is, it's not a friendly show. It's not like a let's live and hang out and do cool stuff. It's fight to the death, you know? So it's really hard to find true friendships and connections in that when you know it's only a matter of time before somebody throws you under the bus that you thought you trusted. So it does not lead for a very good environment for trusting, loving friendships.
And I imagine then that probably because you've been doing it so long, right? Since you were really young, what, 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
That I'm sure part of that is like in your psyche of like, I don't trust people because of how I've been treated in the past, right? I mean,
yeah, and honestly, to that, I can only imagine how players like Johnny or Chris, you know, survive in this world. You know, because they've been doing even longer than I have, to the point that it's like melted into their being of identity. You know, at least I know I had some time away from the challenges and I was able to refine myself, assess like where I'm at, what am I doing, who am I away from this world. I was able to separate. You know, some people still are drama on Twitter. It's like, dude, we're like 40 years old. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, and so all that drama and like getting involved in other people's business and stuff, like I'm so past that part of my life. Especially in the off season. But some people are just melted in it, and that's their reality, and that's all they know. And you know, it's tough. It's tough to pull yourself out of it.
Have you been
do you
able
think
to
that's
have, oh, sorry, any friendships develop out of that? Any kind of long lasting, someone you trust or kind of have incorporated into your regular life, or no?
I mean, trust nobody. I truly, I mean, that is in my Instagram bio. Trust no one ever, 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 ever. Sometimes don't even trust yourself. But there's friendships for sure. But, you know, you just always got to stay alert, especially when it comes to friendships that you make on the challenge. You got to be careful with what personal information you let anybody that's a friend of you on the challenge know, because they could use it as a weapon if they get pissed at you, or if they find it's a, you know, the popular train to hate you. Maybe they use that for clout and they throw your business out there. So it's a really you got to tread really carefully in that world, you know. And then also outside of that, anybody that I meet who isn't a part of the challenge, I've had to be really careful with that, because you know, once people who aren't a part of the TV world, if they learn anything personal about you, you know, they can use that just so they can get attention, you know. And so it's a really, I am so walled up for my own protection, just because, and I know that's kind of a lonely or weird world. Like, I do find connections and I do find friends, but you can never let anybody in, especially not with your personal business. That's for sure.
is that part of the
So
reason? Didn't you move from Massachusetts to like you're in Montana with like are you like with your horses and sort of in that world?
no, I grew up in Massachusetts. I moved out to California as soon as I graduated college. Did it all by myself, my own money, lived out there, had a pretty cool life, did some really cool stuff. And then I moved to Montana, bought a house there, lived there for a while. Now I'm in Florida.
Got it.
And I had a horse when I was 14 named Garnet, and I had her until she was 30 years old. She passed away of, you know, she was just really, really old, arthritic. She was banged up. She was done. And so she passed away back in like 2020. So I haven't gotten another horse since, because I basically live on an airplane out of a suitcase, and I can't take care of a plant, let alone an animal. So
Your plants
I'm
look like
sure
they're
that grounds
thriving
you.
though.
they're fake.
They're all fake.
I have a lot of yes. Yes. Very fake. I got them
Same,
at a thrift
girl.
store on sale.
They
Yeah,
look good.
they do look good, but mine are fake too. I don't subscribe to like house plants.
I just can't keep, I can't. I'm not here long enough to keep anything alive.
That makes sense. What part of Florida are you in?
Well, I'll tell you when we get off the Zoom, because I don't
Oh.
need people stalking
Yeah.
me.
Okay. Okay.
Damn, girl, you're not playing. Yeah. I mean,
I
I hear it. I hear you.
I don't need fans to be like, oh, you're in this area, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Or let me find you. Or where do you hang out? Or just, I don't need that.
Oh
Privacy is
God.
very important to me, so I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm moving anyways in a month, so fuck it.
Oh, you are? What? Tell
Yeah,
us,
I'm
tell us
moving
what you
again.
can about that. Like, I know you don't want to tell too much, but
I'm just moving to another part of Florida. Like I just bounce around a lot. Just change of scenery.
God, I hate
well,
moving.
I hate moving too.
It's so much work.
I
Well, although
know, but I'm really good at it by now. I'm really, really super independent and self-reliant. So like I'm good. I can whip all this up. I just moved my mom before she passed away. I just moved her to a whole new apartment. I was like, I found her the apartment. I helped her pack up all her things, helped her get everything moved. Like I can make things happen. So
and all your moving must be really like it must help you be a minimalist, right? Like you don't need all this stuff around. You probably really easy for you to move.
tell that to the UPS man and the FedEx man, and I do like presents, which I get myself often.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I try to like if there's anything that I'm done with or like I have worn a million times, I try to put that up on my Poshmark.
That's good.
I try to like reduce a lot or like use things like have something until it's completely gone and then before I get something else. But yeah.
What are you? Are you like a shoe girl, like a bag girl, a fragrance girl? Like what are you? Clothes?
I love the fashions.
Yeah.
I love the fashions.
Yeah.
I got like da, 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 da,
Oh,
da.
girl. Yeah.
Oh.
I really just love fashion. Like all I want is so my next place I'm gonna get. I mean, I'm still gonna rent right now because I'm not ready to settle and like commit to a home yet. Like my life is still I still like having fun and being able to pop up and go anywhere I want to go. So renting's good for now. But I really want to, I have a two bedroom right now, but I like using a second bedroom as like a full on closet. So when I get my own home, when I finally settle down and I get my own home, I am like making the sickest closet out of an entire bedroom. Like that would be my happy place.
Is
That
that
is
like
the
what you
dream. That
want to
sounds amazing.
is
Very
that what
Carrie
you want to
Bradshaw.
do? Like fashion and accessories? Is that kind of where you'd want to transition into?
Ideally I want to transition into hosting. I feel
Mm.
like with I've done so many different shows. I'd love to continue doing different shows. I love the experience of different things. I am so thankful for my experience on the challenge, for helping me see what I'm made of, for giving me the opportunity to build myself and go through all the challenges and struggles that I did mentally, physically, to make mistakes, to learn about myself, to have that many opportunities where most people are one and done. I'm extremely thankful for that. With that said, I'm also scared of everything now. Like the crazy shit on the challenge. I'm not even kidding you. I show up, I see TJ, my butthole goes like I'm like, what are we gonna do? You know, the drone goes up in the air. I'm like it's just drama. And you know, especially anything where you got to get on an elevator and you keep going up, and I'm like, no, or anything where it's like there's water in a crane. This is gonna hurt, and I'm gonna fall uncomfortably. You know, it's I'm I'm getting older now, and I love the challenge, and I would love to win one more to make it just a solid three plus the charity one I did. But I I really want to win at least one more challenge before I retire. So I gotta I gotta suck it up and pull that Cara Maria out again. But um, I really would love to transition to hosting. I think I'd be great. I'm a psychology major. I'd be great at like pulling things out of people, learning about people, getting them to like be really good on camera. I just know I'm good at that. If not, producing would be really fun. But at the very very end of the day, my pure happiness is always comes with animals, and when I officially settle down and I get my home and I rescue my two horses, I probably ultimately want to have like a horse sanctuary, like old horses, old goats, old whatever. I would love to just help animals like that people just that are just old. Like I love the old animals and people want to just get rid of them or kill them or whatever. And I'm like, no, send them to me. I could be their rainbow bridge. That I think would be the most fulfilling thing. So
Do
I just want to
you
get there.
you trust horses? I know you
Yes.
uh, mm-hmm.
I
Mhm.
trust myself on a horse more than myself on a bike or a scooter. Like I just know when I'm on a horse, it's an extension of my being. And there's like an innate it's hard to explain unless you're a real horse girl, but like there's this knowing and just the way that it's like an extension of your body. The way the horse moves, what they think, you just are so in tune with the animal. Um it's like magic. And it's a feeling that you can't explain unless you know.
I imagine it like Avatar. Isn't it Avatar where they
Yeah.
put their
Yeah.
dread or
Connected.
whatever into the pterodactyl and then they're like become one?
Yeah, if you're
Okay.
really in tune with horses, that's 100% it. There's a difference between just popping on and going for a ride and just bouncing around, and then like when you really understand the animal. So,
You should do a show about horses. That makes me like feel like there's like so much there, right? It's like,
yeah,
hmm.
What would be your dream show to host?
goodness, I have such a varied like I would love to host a game show, like
Mm.
games, like fun little competition games, because I am a competitor. I've done it my whole life. I can relate, I can identify, I can understand what people are feeling, what they're going through, what they're feeling before they're ready to compete, where their brain's at. Like I know I'd be really good as a kind of game show or competitive show host. Or put me as a judge on a dessert show, because I'm telling you, I'm excellent with the taste palette of desserts. I am a Taurus and my sweet tooth encompasses my entire being. So that too.
But and also I feel like you're like a fitness kind of guru-y person too, right?
I
It's
am.
that
I
combo
am.
there.
I'm fitness and also like having a happy balance of being a human being. Like
Right.
bless those people that can, get ready for muscle shows and restrict their diet and count their macros and eat mega clean even when they're at like a party. Like that is another level of dedication and that is just incredible, and discipline. That is just incredible, and I admire and respect those people very, very much. I am more like, I want a happy balance. I'll be at the gym for 2 hours a day, and then I'm gonna have a cookie or brownie or tacos or margarita. Like I like
Oh
a
my God, that's
happy. My life. I like happy. What makes me happy? The gym, food, drinks, animals. Happy.
yeah.
After the challenge, you're like, I just need some happiness
I
in
do.
my life.
I do. There's like a whole like coming back to reality after you leave a challenge. That's for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, what tell us about that? Is there like about the kind of, re-entry phase of all that?
You would think after doing as many seasons as I have that it would be just science. Like I just go and it's like bang bang bang, right? But I my real life friends, they see a change in me, especially when I'm about 2 to 3 weeks from departure, and I get super anxious, super nervous, super just really just not myself at all. Like I start going into pre-trauma, and then I go and then I let my body kind of go on autopilot. And when I'm there, and then when I'm back, I usually need about 2 weeks to 3 weeks to like decompress and come back to reality. Cause even then I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. I just need to like, I need to like be home for a minute. So there's just like a whole 3 weeks leading up and 3 weeks when I leave that like people see I'm not very myself. It's
Yeah.
a lot of anxiety and yeah,
Wow. Yeah, you don't
exhaustion.
think about that. And also like I mean you're kind of a different person when you get back, right? You've been through a whole new experience. Your identity's changed a little bit, so you're coming back into like the same world, only like you've changed somewhat.
Well, I kind of equate it to, who you are but say you work at an office, you're kind of a different person when you're at the office. You have to put on a different face. You got your survival instincts. You have to behave a certain way. You have to get certain projects and tasks done. So the you at the office might not be the you at like the birthday party on the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Where you're not worried and you're with your friends and your family and you can let loose and you can just be you. So people think reality, it's real, it's all you, and it is, but it's a version of you. And
Mhm.
so that's who I am on the challenge. It's me, but it's me under pressure, under like insane pressure that I put on myself and being in a competition because I really, really want to win. I feel like I could win 5 in a row and I still want to prove myself on the 6th. You know what I mean? So I put a lot of pressure on myself. I take it very, very seriously. I'm also hyper aware of like everything going on around me. So it's not, and you're in a pressure cooker environment and people are talking and there you don't get your phone, you don't get an outlet, you don't know what's going on in the world, you don't have any control over your life. You are taken places, you are brought back, you are given food. Like there's it's you, it's reality, it's you, but it's you in a fish bowl. Does
Yeah,
that make
and
any
none of the
sense?
comforts, the comforts that you go to in like regular life, right, aren't there. Your
Yeah.
well, your book, your pet, your like the things that you go to aren't with you.
So how you'd respond is different. How you'd respond in real life, being around your friends, having a chance to rest and have some privacy, is different than how you are competing for upwards of $1 million on a reality show. When it's just it's different. It's different. That's why I can watch some. I won't watch The Bachelor, but I get it. You watch The Bachelor and somebody's like bawling their eyes out on the first week. It's because you are so immersed in that world. It's different than if you went on a date a few times and it didn't work out. you know just very different.
Very different. Have you, I mean, it's probably a dumb question, but like, have you had any moments on the challenge where you're like, I think I could possibly die doing this thing?
Always.
Uh,
Every time. I'm
really?
like, how
And
will I die today? How is this going to kill me? Yes.
yet you keep going back.
It's yeah. I mean, I could. You know why? Because, and I think it says even more about the fact that I do go back, even though I'm scared shitless. Versus the people are like, yeah, adrenaline junkies, let's go, throw me off a building, like woo. And I'm just like, this is scares the shit out of me, like. And for me to like push through things, like I very much admit, I'm scared of everything I do. I just pull my soul out of my body and it just kind of watches my zombie body just do whatever it's doing. I'm not there. I black out and then it's over. But at least like, I'm facing my fears. I'm pushing out of my comfort zone. It is the challenge. It's called the challenge. It's not supposed to be easy, right? But it's very rewarding. So as terrifying and traumatic and scared out of my life that I am of most of the stuff that I'm doing, even if it's something simple, I've got the adrenaline going like, well, I need to win. I need to win. I can't fail at this. Like I have to win. So, um, but it's so rewarding afterwards because you're like, look what I did. That's the coolest shit in the world. Look what I did. I mean, I love the stunt stuff. I love it. Anytime there's a car or you're swinging off a semi or anything like that, I'm like, let's go. It's just I get scared of anything where they're like, we're just gonna push you out of a plane, or you're gonna do this thing over this really high building, or we're just somehow you gotta get across this thing over the water and it's like 40 feet up, and when you fall, you're gonna fuck yourself up real bad. Like, because you're not gonna control how you're gonna fall, and you're gonna fall messed up and you're gonna hurt something. That kind of stuff scares the crap out of me, but like the stunt kind of stuff or the puzzle stuff or the running through the desert stuff, that's really cool to me. I'm like a ground animal, but the other stuff I get through it and I can be really proud when it's over at least.
Is there anything that you remember specifically, like either in maybe not even you, but it was like kind of crazy that happened behind the scenes or something that you're like, oh my God, like this was
Like we
that's
had
so
to shut down, the rope broke, and
yeah,
someone nearly
right.
fell.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I wasn't there on the season. Like, I know Ashley, there was like a loose rope or something, and she was doing a challenge. I think it was Rivals 3, and she like almost got her arm sliced off. I've seen Leroy knock his head into a car while he was jumping from lubed car to lubed car over the water, knock his head and like go spiraling into the water and land like a dead body. And it took time before people realized they had to help him. I've seen people on that car to car challenge smash through the car. Apparently, they got glass shards in their nuts. I've ran a final where I got chained, like a chain gang, like a prison chain gang, like by our ankles. This was like the second day of the final, and they the cuffs on our legs weren't closing, so they zip tied them, which is great. And like as we're running, everybody's chained together. We're trying to run on this beach, like you're getting ripped because everybody's running differently. So they're ripping it on your leg, and it's just sawing off the skin of my leg. And when I was done, I had to get I had my foot, like I couldn't feel it. I was numb. I have a scar there still that I had to get antibiotics, otherwise my foot probably would have had to get amputated off. Like it was a mess. I've seen Tony on Bloodlines. He hit something hard and like messed up his spleen, and he started turning colors, and he had to get out of there. I've seen so many people hit the water in so many horrible ways that are like terrifying, get taken out in ambulances. I ran a final where two people had extreme heat exhaustion and depletion. Zach literally almost died. He was in a Thailand hospital for like kidney failure. Like he was just a sliver away from death after a final. I've seen concussions because when people do physical eliminations, there's no weight class like MMA or any other division. It's just here's a hallway, and this guy could be like a Paulie versus Theo situation. Theo's one of the biggest dudes ever, was probably at his heaviest weight. He was like 260 pounds. He's 6 something. You got Paulie 5'9", 180, and they had to run through a hall to get, like, literally this guy had 100 pounds on him plus a foot of height at least, and just smash into each other. So there's just concussions. It's scary. It's very scary. I vomited what I thought was my shoes through my stomach, through my face. The amount of vomit after I had to drink, which I read actually somebody died this way. I always get nervous about the food challenges, not just because of what we're eating, but the quantity. And the fish sauce. Do you know the fish sauce that people use in Thailand? Apparently it's a dressing. The sodium content is extraordinarily high. I mean, it's just pure sodium. And I remember reading about a hazing incident where a kid had to drink that, and like I think he died from it because it did something to his heart or something. It's too much sodium for the body to handle. And I had to drink 2 bottles of that. There's a lot of stuff that's like horrifying and you fear for your life for sure. There's more, but I'll stop. And I'll still go back if they ask.
So speechless. And I will say, like, when you were talking about, some people aren't as scared. I'm scared, but I do it anyway. Like, I'm brave. That you explaining all that just makes me realize, like, because it must be so much scarier knowing, because you kind of think the audience.
I'm not even done. Wait, there's more. There's a couple more. I mean,
there's more.
There's more. Hunter on Hunter, what was it? Dirty 30. I think, or one of them. No, maybe it was, what season was it? War of the Worlds 1. It was one of them. I forget. But I remember Hunter, I think it was War of the Worlds 1. He did some sort of crazy elimination where he couldn't, I'm probably messing up, that the fans will correct me on this, but he did one where he broke his wrist or his hand, something. He broke it completely bad, and instead of letting himself like reset it or whatever the heck, he kept pushing through, but like serious damage because it was like a hall brawl but blind, so you couldn't see the other person coming at you or how they were coming at you, so you didn't know how to brace. You just go full force into it, and he completely like shattered his wrist, his whole thing. Like he was messed up. I've seen, oh gosh,
getting nauseous at that.
there's so many brutal. I mean, but then you got someone like Jordan who, when we were skydiving on 30-30, maybe, I don't know, but we went skydiving, and it was for the final, and I landed in a cactus. I didn't care because I was on the ground, and I was very happy to be on the ground. Jordan landed really hard, messed up his knee, somehow still won because he's another otherworldly specimen of an athlete, of an animal. But yeah, really screwed up his knee so bad that like we didn't think he was going to be able to do the final because of how we landed. Lots of horrifying, terrifying injuries for sure.
You think like obviously for insurance purposes, and we work in the business and we understand like that it's a liability for that. So we think, oh, they're safe, all those comps are they're okay. But hearing that, it really makes us all realize like how brave you guys really are doing that. What do you think you have to put, like what, how do you push through that? Like what do you pull from to like put yourself knowing that these things could and have gone sideways?
Peer pressure. Like, what do you want to do? Say no, I'm not doing this, and then have it air, and then have TJ be disappointed in you, or the fans be like, "You're a loser. You suck. You're not doing it." Like, no. I'm like, blackout, do it. Like autopilot, zombie mode. Hope for the best. I mean, they don't. They don't want you. They don't want you to get injured. I mean, they do love a good ambulance shot. Some producers are a little more they might love a good injury, they might like that as a badge of honor on their record. But for the most part, the stunt crew is incredible. They really do their best to make sure everybody's safe. That a dead challenger is not good TV. So they're going to do their best to keep you safe and make sure that it's, they test it with all their testers and stuff. But the risk is still there. It's scary. It's very, very scary. But what's scarier is having TJ be disappointed in you and having fans be like, "I knew you sucked." Like, so I'm just like, I'm gonna do it, whatever it is. Oh, you want me to float in the water with my arms up for 3 hours? Sure. Like, in the middle of the ocean at night? Yeah, sounds good. Snakes running through the water, things biting me. Like, yeah, sounds great. Down.
See, that's why you're good for the challenge. Because I'd be like, TJ, I'm so sorry. You're gonna be disappointed in me because I'm not gonna be doing that. Goodbye.
Yeah. I would never be, if I said no, even though plenty of people have, I would never be able to live it down. I have to just leave my body. That's the only way I can explain it. I have to actually leave my body and send it to get it done. That's for sure.
What do you do to like prepare for this? Are you like a beast in the gym? Are you like, what do you do to prepare for an upcoming challenge?
I mean, you got to know that there's going to be endurance and strength involved. So that's one thing you can control. So, I mean, I love being at the gym. That's my therapy. That's my happy place. So I'm at the gym about 2 hours a day anyways. I loved CrossFit. I love kickboxing. I just love being active. So that's, staying fit is one thing that you should do. You should practice puzzles. You should apparently know math, since the challenge has turned into a math class, even in the finals, which is my nightmare because I think I have dyscalculia. But you should know math. You should really know how to swim, which I do know how to swim. I just don't get to point A to point B as fast as maybe some other people that have been swimming their whole lives, but whatever. I mean, that's the best way you can prepare, but there really is no, I mean, endurance and swimming and math is probably your best way of, and doing puzzles, of being prepared. But the challenge, there's so many random things you've never done before. Like when you play soccer, you're going into a soccer game. You know how to train for it. You know what to expect. You know what's on the field. You know the other teams. You know exactly what you're doing. When you go into the challenge, they're like, surprise, here's the random fucking thing you're doing today. Good luck. Figure it out. Do it right the first time. Don't lose. So it's...
It must have prepared you in life for so many things though, right? Because you can bob and weave and have resources available to you that like not everybody does because of your experience, right? On all these shows.
Yeah. I mean, and it's prepared me to just have full faith that I could do anything. Like that is one really badass thing from the challenge. It's like I've done so many insane things. I look back and I'm like, Cara, how did you do that? Like how? Like I look back on some stuff, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that today. Like I'm getting a sense of my mortality. But it just prepares you to like feel, if you're ever scared to do anything in your life, like there is no problem that I can't do. There was no situation too big that I can't take the steps to get through it. And I've gotten that from learning resilience and adaptability on the challenge.
Do you meditate or do anything to get your mind right?
I should. I
No.
listen. Therapy.
Uh,
I no, but I do. I actually start my day. I usually like to start my day with some sort of meditation. Like when my alarm goes off, I'll do like a 20-minute meditation, not when I'm on the challenge, because I don't have, the guided thing. I'd have to do something on my own. But yeah, in real life I do like to meditate. And then, also I've been using ChatGPT as like my little friend that'll never tell anybody any of the things I'm telling it. So it's like, when it's like if you're having problems in your life, but you can't tell a friend because once you tell somebody, it's out. And then maybe they're going to tell someone else. You can't control it once you tell somebody. So I do recommend talking to Chat GPT about things that you just want to get off your chest or things you're trying to figure out, because at least that information is not going to go to your friend circle, to your family. People aren't going to think of other people differently in your life because it just stops there. So I found that's a really healthy outlet as well.
They say it's going to replace therapy. Like,
I mean,
obviously replace all these other jobs, but that it really will replace therapists at some point.
honestly, therapists are tough for me. It's like hard to even find a good one, because they're told, like, I don't know what their training is, but they just have to affirm everything you say. Everything you say, they have to like affirm, and I don't want to be affirmed to death. I want to be given realistic. Don't just sit there and tell me, "Oh, you're so self-aware. You're doing so good. Oh, that's exactly, yes, yes." Like, no. Like,
Girl, have those been the
fix me.
therapists that you've been to?
Maybe I'm just perfect. I don't know, but yeah, every therapist is like, wow, you're so self-aware, you're so smart, you're doing all the right things. It's like, well, clearly I'm here for you for a reason. Like, let's get through some shit. Let's get to the dirt. Like, help me. Don't just affirm me,
Yeah,
you
challenge
know?
me.
Yes, I
you
can take
need
it.
you need the therapist from. Have you seen that Apple TV show? What's it called?
Oh,
Where Harrison
no.
Ford is the therapist, and he's
Oh,
like
shrinking.
shrinking. He goes like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna abide by this anymore. I'm gonna tell my clients exactly what I feel." Be like, that's the therapist
Yeah.
you want.
I think people need to be less like coddled and more like, here's the real shit. Like, because otherwise, how do you fix yourself or get out of it? Then you just live in a world where people tell you everything you want to hear, and God forbid someone hurts your feelings, and then you'll never recover. you know.
You're
So
like, I've been thrown off every building, every car, every fire in the world. You can't say anything to hurt me.
I
Give
can
it to me.
handle words, especially if the words are real and they're going to help me be better. So.
Yeah, I love that.
I wonder if that is a certain amount of like, like status, like people want, like celebrity kind of people wanting to, you know, tell you what you want to hear, that kind of stuff. Do you think that's part of it?
No. Do you live in 2025? People are like coddled to shit. Like everybody's feelings are completely affirmed. And it's like sometimes you just need to be read to filth and, broken down so that you can build back up better and that you can handle the real world. So, I need to be, tell me straight, man. Don't just tell me what you think I need to hear just so that you're afraid of hurting my feelings. You're a therapist. You know what I mean? That's why ChatGPT, I'm like, don't sugarcoat shit. How am I fixing shit? Let's dive into my life. Let's break things down. So,
I would
yeah.
imagine if there's fan whatever out there. I don't go on them, but that read you to filth. Is there
Well,
not?
they're more, those types of fans are more projecting their own insecurities. It's not really
Mm,
reading to filth. It's more like, I used to like you, but you I seen you eating tacos and I hate tacos, and now I'm disappointed in you. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of,
There's nothing
it's
productive.
like you could do everything right in your whole life, but it's like that one thing. They're like, "Oh, you've disappointed me." It's like, you're not my fucking mom. Like, it's a TV show. Like, just chill out. There's real life things going on in the world. Like, touch grass. Go be happy.
mm,
You know what I mean? Go pat a dog. Like, I think a lot of the stuff where fans are incredibly like, they just want to like meh, it's really a projection of their own lives. It's not with love. It's not to make you a better person. It's more just to like take a morally superior high ground because it makes them feel better. about their own shortcomings in their life.
Listen,
So.
girl, that's good that you're obviously like elevated in that way, realizing that, because I know not everyone does
It
realize
takes
that.
a while to get there, because a lot of the natural human reaction is like you want to correct people. You want to tell them that's not true. This is the real story, or you don't know the whole story. Most people, when they first get into the reality world and they see themselves getting ripped apart, they want to correct everybody. Even if 100 people tell you something nice and one person like sees it differently and wants to tear you apart, you want to be like, wait, but why do you see it like that? And you want to like explain yourself to these nobodies. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm down to take real factual information, and when it's met with when it's given with love. Like if you have a friend that's just on drugs or something, you know what I mean? And you're like, I fucking love you. I'm giving you this advice because this is bad for you and I want to help you. Not you're a loser, you're blah, 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 blah. Let me kick you when you're down. Do you know what I mean? Or let me take this one thing that you did and just fucking try to ruin your life. That's not trying to elevate a person, that's trying to tear them down because you think it makes you taller. Do you know? And so I am not affected anymore by the chirps, and it's not like I don't need to be fed or like you're so good, you're so awesome. I don't need that, but I also, can understand, like when people want to be horrible, it's just them because maybe something about you triggers their insecurities, and it's really a personal thing. Because 100 people can look at you do one thing or act one way. Half of them will see it one way, half of them will see the other way. You don't need to prove yourself to people that don't want to hear you.
Amen.
Reach that, sister. Touch the grass, right? Go ride a horse.
Please go touch the grass and pat a dog.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. It was so nice meeting you. Yeah. Good luck with your move and all the new things you have coming out.
We can't wait to hear. Let us know, and we'll be excited to talk about it and support you in all.
And if anybody who's watching wants like some more life coaching advice, maybe I've got Cameo, I've got Feathers if you want to bring out your inner Rufio, and everything's on my Instagram, like link in bio, like all the cool stuff I got going on. So feel free to check that out. And I've been very active on TikTok too, at Miss Cara Maria. So if you feel like seeing a lot of the unfiltered random stuff, that goes on TikTok. Instagram's a little curated. So yeah,
nice.
That's all.
I love a Rufio moment. Love that. A Rufio reference. I love it.
I'm an eternal lost boy. So
nice. All right. Awesome, Cara. It was nice seeing you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And if you think of me for any random dessert show, let me know.
I'm astounded by all the like physical and crazy things that she will put herself through.
I don't think I realized how scary
I didn't either. And I mean, I know we talked about like the liability, and obviously everybody wants everybody to be safe. But in my mind, I think thought like it looks a lot more dangerous than it is, obviously because of insurance and liability and all that. But no, I mean they're.
I've always said like I would rather do something like that. I will probably never jump out of a plane or do anything like that. But if I did, I would feel a little better doing it on a show, just I feel like the liability is higher,
exactly,
than just like a random plane with like 3 people working it.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's almost, I don't know, that seems very scary. If I saw like 5 people slipping, sliding, and breaking their balls onto glass on lubed up cars, I might be like,
I'm out. I'm out. Or have you even heard the story? Because she rattled off, 17 stories. So you know that this has happened before you're about to jump into this comp. You know that bad stuff has happened. Therefore, I'm sure everything in your mind and body is telling you do not do it. So yeah, those are some brave people.
Mm-hmm.
Braver than me.
Built differently, because I very much braver than me. And then she kind of threw in at the end, walking through water with snakes biting you and and I was like, that's actually one of my biggest fears.
Snakes
is being in water and having like Anaconda, like that movie, or like a snake coming up, or that I can't.
Funny. Yeah, it's so funny because I have zero fear of snakes whatsoever. I love them. I think they're the coolest animal. They're beautiful. not at all. And I know that's people's biggest fear. Now, like spider, like little things like spiders and like little cat centipedes and like that kind of stuff. But no, I think snakes are I would put one on my
I would do that. I would do that. So it's like it's not like a petrifying fear. But I don't have a fear of spiders. But like even when I was growing up, I would sleep my feet in like a ass like super close to my body because I was scared that snakes were at the bottom of my bed.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary. I wonder what happened to make you think that.
Maybe in another life.
I always thought like
Killed
that
by
there
a
was like
snake.
some monster under the bed that would, so you had to keep all your limbs inside the bed and not hang out because it would come be like chop 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 and then like so.
And I feel like we all felt that like that top mattress was like our protective covering. Like as long as we had that, we were invincible. But I also was scared. I used to check the toilet constantly because I forget what it was, maybe a news story, but I didn't watch the news when I was younger. But like someone going to the bathroom and having snakes.
A snake come up. Yeah,
toilet.
I saw. Yeah, that makes sense because I think that did maybe happen like once.
And I grew up 3 of my years in Florida. So like that was more viable
right, than
down
like
there,
Indiana.
like swampy, creaturey things.
Yes. Like an owl, like a gator coming up.
Oh,
yeah,
also
that was not a fear in
fear.
Indiana, but
what were the fears of Indiana? Spiders.
I mean, I guess spiders or centipedes,
Centipedes.
I just always remember being scared because I always heard that they were poisonous. And so, I mean, they also like have all those legs, like, oh God, that is so terrifying. Oh millipede? Maybe I'm thinking millipede. One of the peds.
One of those peds. Do you know what I mean, I actually need to do more research on this, but when she said she talks to ChatGPT or whatever, I think kind of uses it as like a journalist or a journal. I heard on another podcast that every time you get a ChatGPT response, it costs or whatever 2 gallons of water.
So I will say I thought you were going to go completely somewhere else with this.
Okay, yeah,
that's my mind.
It is the most
we can go there, and I almost went
there
with her, but it just didn't. The conversation didn't go that way. I've heard that too. That is what I've heard is that when you say yes, like thank you, please, or thank you, that you're wasting energy. Exactly what you're talking about, and that we're wasting water and energy and whatnot by the pleases and thank you. So we should just give it directions instead of being polite. But yeah, that's a good point.
I can't wrap my mind around how that wastes 2 gallons of water, but
I don't know.
Where did you think I was gonna go, and what did you want to say?
So I almost said this to Cara when we were talking, but I didn't also want to like freak her out. But I'm always concerned about ChatGPT. When we use it for work and stuff, of what we put in goes out into the world. So I don't know what is like being contained within and what might get out there. So I'm always like, I never put like identifying information or anyone's, like.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Should we call her back?
Be like, here's another thing you can't trust. No. Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's not. I also feel like there's just so much that has gone into ChatGPT. Like, how could you ever
True.
And at that point, who's caring to go?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of how I feel like about my tagged photos on Facebook. I'm like, oh God, no one's ever gonna go through this. I don't care what photo number 2,300 is in there.
Seriously, or like compromised passwords. I feel like, oh, really, it's compromised.
Yeah, I'm like, I cannot be bothered to make another one. Oh my God. Well,
all right. Well, to another.
Here's to another pod.
Another pod.
Down the hatch or whatever.
Till we batten up the hatches next time.
Bye.
Bye.